My name is Iradukunda, and I'm a refugee based in Rwanda. Currently working for Royal FM as a marketing and a communication specialist. Arriving in Rwanda, it was a bit tough, if I would say, because I've never seen it before. Even back then at home, I've never seen myself as a refugee, and now accept that I was going to find myself in a new community. It was very challenging, and of course you understand that was like an experience full of so much uncertainties of how the future would look like. But then the transition, I feel like it came to be a bit smoother when I started saying I have to live. Being a refugee, firstly, it asks you to be resilient, because a life of a refugee is a life full of despair, a life full of so many uncertainties, different circumstances that you get to come across as you finding yourself in a different community. Seeing myself going back to school, it wasn't a dream at all. The only thing I would see, the only thing that I was doing by that time, it was what casual job that would give me even small money so I can support my family. But then when I remember when I went back to school, that's when I got to know that there were like so many other opportunities even after high school. And I got to learn about the scholarship from a friend of mine, and he's the one who came to me and was like, there is this school that is giving a scholarship. Yes, I was earning a little money, but in my mind I was like, that's the only money that I have to get. I don't want to go to school because maybe they're not going to give me money, and yet I'm not going to get a way to support my family as I was doing. So but then he kept telling me, they're even giving, the scholarship covers a lot. And that's when I get to know that was MasterCard Foundation Scholarship. So I kept asking him so many questions. I was like, what's the school? What's their mission? And that's how basically I came to realize that even the school and the scholarship, the MasterCard Foundation, they had a similar mission of transforming, young African leaders, people who can, inspire, people who can, make changes to their communities. So basically, that's how I got to know MasterCard Foundation Scholarship, and found that, the mission was matching with what I wanted. I feel like a lot has changed immediately, and one of them being not being worried about accommodation, not being worried about where am I going to get the meal, and some other needs that were covered by the scholarship. And that reflects on how even other many university students struggle in their times at school or in their learning journey, because they had to combine work and school, and which wasn't the case for me, because my focus was fully on my academics. So I feel like that's the change the scholarship did to me. And of course, because when we say focusing on my academics, that means also focusing on my personal growth. And there was marketing in my courses. There was communications, because I remember we were like doing digital marketing, marketing strategies, communication for impact and all those stuff. So that means finding myself in marketing, career wasn't like a tough thing. And also, of course, in communications. So I feel like that's what even made it easy for me, to find myself doing marketing. And that was the time I feel like I started to do that when I was working in Gihe, where I had to work with different companies, finding myself giving marketing strategies and communications and other stuff. So, and after that, that's when I transitioned into Royal FM. Now using my school skills, my past experience working in the GIHE, and implement it to Royal FM. Now supporting companies that want to advertise on the radio. My employment experience has contributed a lot to not only myself, my living condition, but also my family that depends on me. It has given me the ability now to get the life that I have, but also to support the family that I have back in the refugee camp, where I would say that now I'm able to pay my siblings' school fees. I'm able to help my parents, and being my mom. I also worked on this project, which was more of supporting young talented refugees back in the refugee camp. And that was driven by my past experience as a fashion model, in the refugee camp. The initiative that I started, it was 2016, the time that I even, remember how I was struggling a lot, starting thinking that there was no future, and I was like, no, there is still future. And I remember when I started that agency, it was kind of like bringing them to now discuss, have a conversation that can, change our perspectives, the way we're, pursuing the life in the refugee camp. So from the time then I was doing my academics, I was like, why not to, develop, why not to make it broad, big? And that's when I started Articable to say art able. Refugees can do more in art. Refugees can, showcase a lot to the outside world. So that's when I was like, okay, now we need to go and nurture their talents, give them, skills on how to do better, and give them also a platform where they can go and showcase their abilities. My message to the organizations that are, supporting, not only refugees, let me even make it to the level of saying, vulnerable people, like people from marginalized communities, is that what you're doing is very great. You are transforming lives, you are giving, hope, you are creating, opportunities to people who don't see opportunities in the community that they are living in. One, two things that people should understand about what MasterCard Foundation Scholarship is doing is that they are transforming lives, and the lives that they're transforming are being able to create opportunities.